What's up, everyone? Hopefully you're not focusing too much on what's down. Hence the saying of my generation, what's up? Eh? And they make an app out of it. They steal the idea and they make it WhatsApp and make billions of dollars off it, and Facebook buys it. Great example of how organic portals steal and implement your ideas against you. Yeah, I know someone else made a video about how they steal our ideas, but I wanted to add in that they implement them against us as well. Just really drive that point home. And I think WhatsApp's a good one. What's up? And then they make an app out of it, WhatsApp. Oh, that'll be cool. The kids will go for that. You know? Anyway, let's make billions off them. All right. So I was just thinking about the ultimate way to sense an organic portal. Just popped in my head. Not going to say anything more. Just popped in my head. Went, all right, we'll run with that. And the idea is that, the ultimate way to know, not spot an organic portal, not detect it really, but to just know that an organic portal is somewhere very close in your vicinity. How close? Honestly, I can feel them from like 100 meters away. To be honest, I was going to say then, your close proximity, like 10 meters, but then I thought, to be honest, I can feel some of them from a very, very far distance. There's that that psychic connection happens. And it can be like 100 meters away. I've had this happen, quite a few times. So, comment below. Is that the same with you guys? Have you had it as at mass distance? Let me know. Interested to know if I'm the only one. Probably not. So let me know if you guys get the same thing, like at distance. Obviously, it's stronger when they're close to you. So that's the point of this video, really. I know more to the core of my point of the ultimate way to know if an organic portal's around you. Now, the reason it's the ultimate way is because you don't have to have eyes, you don't even have to hear anything. You can be deaf, blind, dumb and stupid or whatever. But that's why this is the ultimate way, because it's a blind-souled human or a deaf-souled human, spirited human, Either way, you still should be able to use this method if you truly are a spirited or souled human. And this is my point, that it doesn't matter if you're, even handicapped or anything. All you have to be able to do is sense, all souled humans should technically be able to feel this, what I'm, basically about to say. And I'll bet you, and that's why you guys should comment below and confirm this. Because I already know, but it'll just be good to get you guys to confirm it. I already know you guys will be feeling it the same way, what I'm about to say. But just confirm it below. It'd be really helpful. Not for me, or the channel or anything, but just for people looking on, so they don't think, oh, Ben's the only one. Ben's the nutcase here. Just, help me out for a minute. But, help them to realize, Furthermore. So, what's the ultimate method, Ben? Get to the friggin' point, Benjamin. Alright, so the ultimate method, it just came to me. I thought, well, you don't have to be able to see, you don't have to be able to hear them. The ultimate way to know if an organic portal is, circa to or close you is, this feeling. I get uncomfortable. So this just came from me being on the bus. I just went to the city here, had to renew my passport. I went to the city like an hour and a half away. The most horrible mobbing bus moments. Mobbing. Talk about mobbing on the Uruguayan bus system. The worst organic portal mobbing I have ever had. Never in any other place have I had it worse. Not in a shopping line at the mall. Not even as bad there. When you get mobbed, they suddenly just bang. There's suddenly like fucking 20 people around you, and you're like, what the hell? We call this organic portal mobbing. It's part of gang stalking, mobbing. So yeah, definitely I got mobbed today. Oh my God, one of the last bus stops before I got off the bus to the camping here, you should have seen what happened. I kid you not, exactly, like this quick, not like 1, 2, 3, but all at the same time, 10 people got up at the same time, and it was like a magic moment. It shocked me. I literally, like, my head flew back, like I physically got shocked. And I think that was half the point of that. That's not the mobbing I'm talking about. Before that, the bus was just full and they were like piling up and mobbing. That was like full mobbing energy. And the energy gets thicker and thicker. And that's where this idea that I'm about to tell you, the ultimate method, oh, I did. Yeah, that's where it came from, like the bad feeling. I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't get comfortable when that mobbing was happening. Anyway, I want to go back to that, but you should have seen what happened. It was amazing. Like utterly amazing, shocking and amazing. I was in shock for a couple of seconds going, what? Did that just really happen? Like, it was so quick. 10 people all stood up at once and they were even smiling about it. I looked at some lady's face. It was like, they didn't even know, what just happened. They all literally got up at once. It was the most hive-minded action. I'm telling you, it was not some, coincidence, I don't know, happenstance coincidence or something like this. It was amazing. Utterly amazing. Because it wasn't, 1, 2, 3, 4. It wasn't even that quick. It was all at the same time. It was like the click of a finger and they were up. I was like, what the hell? It was like 10 people. It was amazing. Utterly amazing. That's all I've got to say. Every time I think, I can't be epiphanized or shocked again, it happens. Something new, something crazy happens again, right? It was that amazing. Anyway, it was worth definitely mentioning, and it was real. It wasn't like, oh, Ben, you're probably just overemphasizing it. No, like, it was amazing because they even all kind of like laughed at it when they, it happened unconsciously, and then, a few of them were like, whoa, that was nuts. So it wasn't just me, like, who noticed it. Everyone was like, whoa, what just happened there? It was crazy. Anyway, so back to the mobbing idea, and that's where this idea came from. The ultimate way to know, not detect or, I don't know, sense or anything in Organic Portal. Well, I guess it's kind of the sensing, but to know, just so you know for sure. The ultimate way to know is just this, you get this bad feeling. That's the ultimate way to know if an organic portal's around you. I don't know, some of you might still be new to this. I'm sure everybody who is, an adept like me at this, I think you guys are going to just be sitting there going, yes, Ben, I already know this. Okay, cool, but I don't know, some people might not know this or have correlated it, so I'm just trying to make another video, help another few people get more awakened or whatever, more aware of what's going on. So you get this uncomfortable feeling. Like, I don't know, it feels like sometimes your skin can almost feel like it's crawling. Remember, they're surface people. I always call them, just the anthropoid monkey body. And hence, they're just very on the nervous system. And like the bus is a fantastic place to learn this. I originally, before the theory came out in 2013, and I read, Veil of Reality article on it, and then Montauk a few months later, montauk.net. Before that, 3 years earlier, in my degree at university in 2010, I started recognizing this via the sniffing and the coughing. And you can see me in my first ever Organic Portal video, that one where I'm in the university, I'm sliding backwards on the chair and I'm like counting every time they sniff. That's how it all started for me. I was realizing, what are these people? This is like 3 years before I read anything about the word organic portals, right? It was 2010. I was like, what is going on here? Something is definitely going on. I was like, this is not like normal. This is not, you know what I mean? Because there was this one Chinese dude, he would sniff like so incessantly. And I mean, how many times can you sniff before you blow your nose? I mean, it's a university. There's toilets there. You can get toilet paper. So he would do it like 40 times, like I don't know how many times, maybe 100 times. It was ridiculous, insane. And it was at that point I was like, no, this is definitely something, you know, this is not to be dismissed. Something's going on here. And I started playing with it, you know, telepathic interplay and all that. That was 3 years before even I read about organic portals. Anyway, so that was them, you know, attempting to like intrude in my aura, get my attention, and insert these like terrible feelings. And that's why I realized, you know, and that conjoined to this, you know, events in the bus today, the mobbing, when I realized I was sitting before just eating my salad and I thought about it, it just came into my head, those two connections. I thought, yeah, it was the same at the university, you know, and yeah, over time, obviously many other events, but for some reason, just back then and today joined up, and here we have this video on the idea. That's all I can tell you. Obviously, there's been other times where this has happened. Anyway, so I was on the bus and, you know, you'll start to feel sick. Your skin might feel like it's crawling. You might even start to like get nervous, like anxious, like full on anxiety, you know. Like I'm a meditator. I'm like a proper, soon I'm going to show you guys a lot of meditations, but I'm a proper meditator. Like I know all these techniques, you know, and like all these breathing techniques, like, you know, even that Samuel Sagan's throat friction. Look that up, guys. If you haven't looked that up, I really recommend the throat friction by Samuel Sagan. It's a fantastic little add-on to any other meditation you know, because once you raise your energy like up to about the throat, and then you want to really, you know, get the eye going, get your third eye vision very vivid, the throat friction is your man. That's the meditation I recommend. It's really good. So, you know, while I'm doing microcosmic orbit and stuff, which I learned from like Mantak Chia, or I don't know, Kundalini meditations for the nervous system, I always end up going into throat friction at some point, right? So that's why I recommend that one. Anyway, I'll show you guys that in other videos. So back to what I was talking about. You know, I'm a meditator, so I even know all these techniques. And still, they get me. Because you can't sit there doing throat friction on the bus, you know. Throat friction is like you make this sound. I'm not even doing it right. I'm not going to do it right, so I don't want to stuff it up. Essentially, you breathe in and out, and both on the in and the out breath, you do a friction, and it's a friction on the larynx in your throat, and it opens, you know, it vibrates open your higher centers, you might say, and activates your third eye really, really nicely. So, you know, I know all these techniques, but you can't really sit there. I have to do like a silent, like sub-harmonic sort of throat friction. And I'll do that for like 10 minutes or something, then I'll be healed. But then they press again. Then they attack again. They don't stop. So like, you know, maybe I closed my eyes for 10 minutes. I even sung to myself. I've told you before, that's one technique to disconnect them. You need to vibrate yourself with like your voice and singing. That works really well for getting their suckers off and all that. And them putting you into the stiff state and all that and bringing you to the surface. So yeah, that's my point. They bring you to the surface. I've said this before, you drop out of hyperspace. You know the Star Trek Enterprise? Well, you're having a Star Trip Enterprise when you're in your third eye. So you drop out of hyperspace, you know, like if you watch the Star Trek series when they go into, what's it called? Yeah, I've forgotten what it's called. Where they switch on, oh my God, how embarrassing. Light speed travel, what's it called again? Oh my God, when they activate the nacelles on the Star Trek ships and they go into the bubble and hyperspace. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it now. Anyway, you know what I mean. So that's what you're doing when you're like in your third eye in the higher dimensions, and the organic portals always drop you out of hyperspeed. And you become hurtling back down into the physical body, and you know, essentially that's, you know, towards the pain. And depending how much, you know, pain you have built up, you know. So yeah, they make you feel like sick. You can maybe feel hungry because they activate the parasites in you. Even your skin might get itchy and crawly, like there's bloody scarab bugs under there. It's gnarly, but essentially all those sorts of feelings. You feel unwell. But like 1 second ago you were vibing, you were, feeling well, and then suddenly you're like, ugh, what's this feeling? That's what I'm talking about. Okay? You're like, you're floating. You're levitative, right? You're in levodextra, not retrodextra. So you're spiraling, you're not spinning down, right? You're cruising at hyperspeed, you're feeling fantastic, and suddenly, like this happens anywhere, but I was saying this was even on the bus for me today. I'm like, sit down, feeling good. I got a seat, feel good, And then, I don't know, 10 minutes later, it started happening. So obviously an organic portal came on the bus because it wasn't in the first few people, but the bus started to fill up. So I don't know which person it was. Do you understand? So this is why it's the ultimate method, because I didn't even know who it was, but I know that one of them, an organic portal, was there. You see? I didn't have to have my eyes open, didn't even have to hear anything, didn't have to say, it's that person or that person. I just could know because I started feeling unwell. Not because I was feeling unwell, I was feeling fantastic, like 1 second earlier, So this is why I thought, this is really the ultimate way to know, not to detect them and say, it's that person. But I've gone over those videos, but this is the way to know if there's one around you. So I think that's the first thing. And then, you need to try to detect who is it. But so this is the ultimate way just to know if you start feeling unwell, basically. Some of the symptoms I said, skin crawling, like suddenly you get nervous and you need to, like, I don't know, tap or sing, or you know what I mean? Like that type of anxious nervousness. That's big. That's how I always know for sure. And sometimes they make you feel like hungry, like your stomach will growl and suddenly you're hungry, but you just ate friggin' 10 minutes ago. You're not really hungry. That's them activating the parasites. Okay? So they're the main symptoms, and it's just a general feeling of unwellness. You might get a headache, you might get a migraine, you might vomit for all I know. I haven't yet, but a general feeling of unwellness is what I will say is the ultimate way to know when an organic portal is around you. I am Benjamin Cowenberg, consciousazine.net. Check out the website, guys. I made it years ago. I don't really update it at the moment too much. I don't even have a computer at the moment. But, I made it years ago. It's not on organic portals. It's on, food and health, and I don't know, there's some cool links in there. There's thousands and thousands of authors' material that I've put into the one website. So it's not just my website where I'm like, hey, buy my services. Here's my about page and like 5-page website. Consciousazine is like a makeup of, like 5 other subdomains I have linked. So it's the main tree website and it's the paid for domain. But then there's subdomains that Weebly gives me for free because I pay for the domain. So I get subdomains as well. So, there is just hundreds and hundreds of pages and, thousands of authors. Hey, little Oro. I'm gonna bring it back. Baby. Okay, guys. A big goodbye from Oro. I'll talk to you soon.